These two elderly people getting married belong to the elite of the Russian regime. Sergei Mironov, the leader of the Just Russia political fraction in the State Duma, and Inna Varlamova, an employee of the State Duma staff. She is on her fourth marriage, he is on his fifth. The number of their marriages doesn't matter. What is important is that on the eve of this particular wedding, the Russian officials committed what is known as a war crime. Here they are in church, baptizing their daughter, Marina Mironova. In reality, her name is not Marina, her surname is not Mironova, and she's not their daughter. They stole the girl from the then-occupied Kherson, presumably to seal their marriage. Her real name is Margarita Prokopenko. She was born in October 2021, right before the Russian invasion. She spent the first month of her life in this now deserted, closed building, the Kherson Regional Children's Home. Varlamova came here at least twice during the occupation to kidnap children. She was assisted by the traitor Tatyana Zavalska, for whom the occupation of Kherson suddenly opened the doors to social mobility and made her the chief doctor of the children's home. According to our latest data from the criminal proceedings files, Zavalska is currently in annexed Crimea. With the help of cyber experts, we managed to access Inna Varlamova's correspondence. It shows that Zavalska advised the Moscow official to take two Ukrainian babies, a boy named Ilya and a girl named Margarita. I picked the girl and she brought me the boy. In summer of 2022, Varlamova, ignoring all legal norms, finally decided which of the babies she wanted to take with her. Little Margarita was at the children's hospital with bronchitis at the time. At that time, Mironov's wife visited this medical facility, and right after that, the Russians took two Ukrainian children away. On September 1st, 2022, the child was abruptly taken off treatment and returned to the orphanage. The next day, they were kidnapped from the children's home and taken to Moscow. The pre-trial investigation found no evidence that these children had to be evacuated for special medical care. There was no such need. It has been documented that the kidnapping was led by Mironov's party associate, State Duma deputy Yana Lantratova. This suggests that the leader of Just Russia, having sent his person to Kherson, was aware of the abduction from the very beginning. In total, the Office of the General Prosecutor officially considers 7 people to be involved in this war crime. Of these 7 people, the 2 are State Duma deputies, as well as a Russian citizen and the wife of the leader of the Just Russia party. Along with 10-month-old Margarita, the kidnappers also took this boy, 2-year-old Ilya. Ilya appears in only one photo we found. On September 4th, 2022, the Kherson children were brought to Moscow to the Children's Clinical Hospital on Leninsky Avenue. After a while, armed men came to the Moscow hospital and took the babies away. They were then moved to Varlamova's apartment. Exactly 1 month later, she officially married Sergei Mironov. The pro-Putin politician claims that this entire story is a journalistic fabrication. However, Varlamova's correspondence with her relative Elena Polikarpova shows that Mironov and his new wife discussed the abduction with their elder children immediately after the wedding and ordered them to keep everything secret. Last night, the ceremony was held. Afterwards, at a restaurant, we discussed an important issue with the children about the kids so that they keep the secret. But if you believed for a second in the good intentions of these people, you were sorely mistaken. A week later, a couple got rid of one of the children. It turned out that Ilya had health problems. The new wife of the leader of Just Russia complained to her distant relative about the head of the Kherson orphanage, saying that she had handed her a defective child. Yelena, good evening. As always, you are the first to hear the sad news. The women from the foster care immediately guessed what the head of the orphanage had in mind. I chose the girl, and she brought me the boy. I decided to go to a professional clinic for a consultation. The diagnoses were disappointing, and today I feel, was there a boy to begin with? Sick means worthless. Ilya, like an unwanted kitten, was simply thrown out of the house. Yes, indeed. According to our data, Varlamova got rid of the boy. Varlamova disposed of the sick child on October 17th, 2022. His whereabouts are unknown. As for Ilya, we do not have clear, verified information on where the boy is. A fake birth certificate is the first thing done in Russia to make it impossible to find children kidnapped in Ukraine. The girl whom Mironov and Varlamova kept had her identity completely changed. From now on, according to the new certificate, she is not Margarita Prokopenko, a Ukrainian, but Marina Mironova, who was born in the Moscow region. It is unlikely that Mironov, the leader of the large Duma fraction, is unaware that he has committed actions that have signs of genocide. The relocation of children from one ethnic group to another is defined as genocide. This is exactly what the Russians are doing. They took 2 Ukrainian children, changed their data, changed their documents, and thus committed a complete war crime. For the Office of the Ukrainian Ombudsman, as well as for the Security Service of Ukraine and the Prosecutor's Office, the return of Margarita and Ilya is a priority. However, the Russian government claims that it is not aware of this story. I cannot disclose the forms and methods, but we are trying our best with the resources we have to find children who are still on the territory of the Russian Federation. Therefore, we believe that the prospect of bringing all those involved in the deportation of Ukrainian children to justice is absolutely real. Last July, Varlamova had a blood test done on herself and the stolen child, probably hoping for a match in blood type. It turned out that they were different. Nevertheless, Varlamova was glad because it matched Mironov's type. Oh, here's more important news. We didn't know the blood type. We were worried. During Sergei Mironov's business trip, I took Marishka to the in vitro laboratory. And luckily, the blood type was her father's, AB positive. A load off my shoulders. It seems the kidnapper hopes that Margarita will eventually get used to her new family and her new name. Apparently, it is better than being a lonely orphan in an institution. However, Margarita does have relatives, a sister and a legal guardian. No one asked their permission when Margarita was taken from Kherson. They are looking for the stolen child and are ready to give her a real family. We already have a family that is willing to give Margarita a new home. Moreover, this family is currently raising Margarita's sister. Therefore, we have every obligation from the state to appeal to our mediators, as well as the international community, to demand that the Russian Federation urgently return Margarita to her sister. Anya, the sister of the kidnapped Margarita, lives with her godmother in sunny, safe Greece. Darina Repina managed to evacuate her daughter and Anya from occupied Kherson. Darina is now the official guardian of both Anya and Margarita Prokopenko. When I was told that the child was alive, that she was adopted, it was great happiness for us, that we have a chance to have her back, that she will be with us, that we will unite the children. Children should grow up together in the family. Anya, are you waiting for Margarita? Yes, I'm waiting very much. She is waiting. She says she will play with her. We have a big park nearby. After talking to us, Anya Prokopenko drew this picture. It shows her and her sister together. The girl believes that the day when they will see each other will definitely come. Meanwhile, we believe that one day the influential kidnappers of Margarita and Ilya will face the judges of the International Tribunal, just like the Kremlin dictator who has already received an arrest warrant for the abduction of Ukrainian children. Anastasia Lub'yana, Andriy Tsaplienko, Nina Grushecka, Olena Vanina, Andriy Vanin, Alla Khotyanivska, and Irina Kovalenko. TSN-Тиждень, 1+1, United News Marathon.